Actually, Seco is talking about the trading as a career. In fact, Seco, let me tell you that we did discuss about trading as a career option and what should you keep in mind in a previous segment, and that will be uploaded soon on the digital platforms as well, where you can catch it. Let me take this query from Chaitanya. And he's asking, is this team still left in Bajaj Finance to give good returns for the next 5 to 10 years? He's asking for a good stock from NBFCs for the long-term perspective, irrespective of the market capitalization. So this one is for you, Ashish. Do you think this team is still left for Bajaj Finance to give stellar returns for the next 5 to 10 years? And also, which one good NBFC would you advise Chaitanya to invest in?
I think Bajaj Finance, first of all, is a blue chip stock, and you can continue to remain invested. And my suggestion will be to make investment in SIP format, where every month, where like you put some money in Bajaj Finance, because the business model is quite robust. They are primarily into retail lending and retail consumption. If you talk about the best name to look forward in NBFC is the Bajaj Finance. So all your mobile phones or your washing machines, fridge, etc., is funded by them. So my suggestion will be to buy this stock on all corrections, in fact, or do SIP. As far as any other NBFC you wish to add in your portfolio, so I suggest you can add Piramal Enterprises. Here again, the triggers are they are into wholesale lending per se, and the way real estate market is improving pan India, I think they are going to be one of the major beneficiary. Along with this, whatever ratios etc. are there, they are having one of the best in industry. So my suggestion is Piramal and Bajaj Finance add-on on SIP.
Today, to keep your answers a little short, because we're going to be very short of time. We only have about 15 minutes left. Coming to you, Kunal, on the next one. Lupin is the name of the share. We've got Lalita, from Hyderabad, who is asking about the counter. She bought at levels of 975, and she points out that it's currently trading at 890. It recently got that breather from the US FDA. But how would you look at this? She's a short-term trader.
Gotten that news flow, the stock made a low of 882 and then it jumped up to 972, 973 on the intraday chart. So keep 882 or 880, maybe a couple of points here or there as a support or a stop loss point, because the stocks tend to typically get into a negative price action whenever there is any kind of a news flow in results, because there is anticipation that a lot of traders, they jump into these kind of names. So the weaker hands, they tend to dish out into these kind of stocks. So keep a stop loss of 880, 882. If the stock breaks that, then we can expect a much sharper correction to come back into Lupin. But if the stock holds on to those 880 support, then there is always a chance of a revival coming back into this name.
Right, this one is from Soumitra. He wants to know what would be a good level to add more shares of Tata Consumers. What's your take, Kunal? What level should Soumitra look to add Tata Consumer to his portfolio?
I think the stock is already below its 200-day moving average. It's corrected from 870, 880 almost to 725. So typically a 20% drop from a previous major swing high is a good level to add a large cap name. So I think closer to 700 mark should be a good level, because that would probably approximate 20% from the recent high. So 700 approximately could be a zone where you can look to buy or add Tata Consumers to your portfolio.
Tara, she's got Paris Defense at levels of 700 or so. It has been a little volatile in trade today. I'm going to go across to you on this one though, Ashish. On the fundamentals, would you hold on to this? It's currently trading at 692.
Yeah, continue to remain invested. Defense is a good theme to play, and such correction should be used to acquire good stocks. And Paris Defense is a good defense bet. So my suggestion will be to remain invested in Paris Defense.
All right, this one is from Sagar, and he wants to know about Electra. If I remember that he had posted this query earlier as well, but both the experts did not have a view on it. Ashish, do you track Electra by any chance? Because as far as I remember, the Soumitra had a significant amount of shares. Sagar had about 2,000 odd shares of Electra, and he had mentioned that it has gone up 9 times since his since he first bought this particular counter. So he wants to know what should he do. So do you track this counter by any chance, Electra?
No, sorry. Unfortunately, I also don't track this counter.
Let me take this one then. This one is from Justin, and he's saying that he has 200 shares of Tata Power that he's bought at an average price of 85 rupees per share. He's saying he would like to hold it for the longer term. What's your view on that, Ashish? Also, what price can he consider to buy some more of Tata Power?
Yeah, I think right now, yeah, we have seen a good correction in Tata Power already, and this is a good time to accumulate this stock because a lot of traders like who have entered in the stock and the kind of rally we have seen in the Tata Power stock in previous quarter that has subsided. So it's a good level to start accumulating Tata Power, and in fact, you are holding from very low price also. So remain invested. But only thing is in Tata Power, you need to give at least couple of more years time and you will see a good rally and from current price I don't see any downside, any major downside also, so remain invested and start accumulating.
Dear viewers, we don't have the time to review entire portfolios. So you can't send us your portfolios to review. If you've got an individual stock that you'd like to know about, do tell us. Now, we've got a question coming in from Kunal, or rather, he's got this question for Kunal. Prashant is asking, Gujarat Gas, he's bought at levels of 598. He's wondering, Kunal, whether to book profits and move to something like an iBank, ICICI Bank or Tata Steel.
I think specifically on Gujarat Gas, I believe it's a good stock because I remember, I think last week or so, or till a few weeks back, the stock was one of the better outperformers. It also managed to make a fresh multi-month high for itself, I think around 805 or 810 plus mark, when it managed to break past about the resistances. So somehow in the last 10-15 days, yes, the stock has also gone through a correction like what we've seen in the overall market. But then I believe that there is a better chance of a comeback into Gujarat Gas, and I would sense that if the comeback happens yet again for the stock, it should break past about that 800-850-10-15 mark for itself. So the risk reward would be much better if you stay put over here. Once you make out profits, once you book out your profits over here, then you can always shift to large cap names like ICICI Bank and Reliance, etc.
This one is from Nino, and he's holding Siaram Silks 200 shares at a buy price of about 160 rupees per share. He wants a long-term view on this one. Ashish, do you track Siaram Silks, or what should Nino do?
Yes, in my view, you can continue to remain invested because the way momentum is there in textile stock, and those particularly into the consumption side and export side are doing pretty good. So Siaram Silk is again a very good company in textile pack with the entire value chain they cover. So remain invested there. In my view, you will get around 10-15% upside maybe by March.
Where it's currently trading under pressure today, as is everything else. In fact, down about 5.7%, 347 is the counter. We've got Jagdish, who's got 2,000 shares at levels of 357. He's looking for a time frame of about 6 months. Kunal, what should he do?
Alex, you'll have to repeat the talk.
Zee Entertainment Enterprises currently trading at 347, down about 5.7%. He's bought at 347.
So I think the stock is just about at the current price of where you've bought or your purchase price. I think the stock is getting into a downward trend because of the mark-to-market pressure and the overall pressure on the market. So it's bound to be that a lot of these stronger stocks as well, they also witness a round of correction into these names. Maybe if the markets get into a further corrective mode, Zee Entertainment could also slip back to those 330, 325 levels. So I would suggest that have a trailing stop loss. Maybe a stop loss of 340 approximately is where you can keep on your investments or on your trading positions over here. And then if the stock breaks the 340 mark, then wait to buy back again around the 325, 330 levels.
All right, this one is from Mr. Bhatia. He wants to know at what sort of a price should he look to enter Indiabulls Housing Finance. Kunal, stock is actually under pressure today because of the corporate action that's taken place. But at what price should Mr. Bhatia look to enter Indiabulls Housing Finance?
See, this is what typically happens when a stock gets into a positive news flow. There are a lot of traders who tend to jump into these names, and then 2 days and 3 days of sudden price action, and you see these stocks, many traders trying to exit their positions or pair the losses into these kind of stocks. But then I think it's better to try and identify the levels in which you can look to buy the stock. I think closer to 200 levels is where the stock had bounced off in the month of November, December. So I think from there, 200 levels, the stock went to as much as 275, 280. So I believe that 200 mark is a very important support. If the stock happens to come back to that support territory, that could be a good level where you can look to buy.
Take a question to Ashish on the fundamentals of IRFC. If you have a view, Mr. Parsi from Bengaluru, excuse me, is looking to invest for the long term. Should he hold on to this for the long term is the question. He's got at levels of 25.
Okay, so still the stock is around 23 only. So my suggestion will be you can remain invested in this stock. Again, a good stock as far as to own in NBFC as well as railway, both sectors. And performance-wise also there's no issue. So remain invested in.
All right, this one has come from Srinivas, and he wants to know, can he hold on to Avanti Feeds for the longer term? He's already bought the stock at around 550 rupees per share. What's your take on this one, Ashish? Do you think he can stay put with this holding in Avanti Feeds?
Yes, you can remain invested here, and in my view, Vanke's, Avanti Feeds, they are one of the performer stocks here in this particular pack, and they'll continue to do well. So remain invested.
Broad-based question. I think a number of our viewers, including Shweta and a couple of others, are asking this. If you have a substantial amount of money, say about 5 lakhs, or if you would like to choose about 3 stocks to invest in now for the long term based on the recent correction, which of those would you select?
Questions for me?
Yes, Ashish, for you.
Yeah, okay. So I think you can invest in 5 stocks where you can put 1 lakh rupees each. So I'll give 5 names. You can start with KPR Mills and Textile, which can give you very good returns. So I'm expecting this year they will double their bottom line because the kind of traction is there in textile sector. In IT, you can pick Subex Systems. This is again a good play in the IT telecom space. Again, in metal, you can pick Hindalco. In my view, this will give you very good returns when this correction cycle is over. Again, IT, you can look for persistent system. The way Accenture result came, we have seen good rally here in this stock also, and it will continue to do well. And in the banking sector, in my view, you can look at Union Bank of India, where I find a lot of value at this.
Okay, this one, let's kickstart with the rapid fire then, and this one is for you, Kunal. This one is from Nikhil Bhatt. He has 101 shares of REC, which he's purchased at 145 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should hold it or sell the counter. What should he expect for the next 2 months?
I would suggest to book out of the stock and shift towards a large cap play.
2 counters, Kunal, and maybe you don't need to go into the depth of it. Dilip Buildcon and Greaves Cotton. We've got Sudha who's asking whether to exit and to buy Vodafone Idea at the current price.
No, not really. I would suggest that you can exit both of these stocks and then shift to large cap. Thanks, but
All right, this one is for you, Mr. Ashish. This one is from Vignesh. Wants to know about KCP Limited. He's a long-term investor. Bought 200 shares at 150 rupees per share. What should he do?
Yeah, I think continue to remain invested in this stock, though it has come down in sell off. But you remain invested there, you will get 150 back.
Okay, we've got Avinash who's asking about Zensar Tech. Bought at levels of 440. Should he hold or exit? Kunal, this was for you.
I would suggest to hold. In fact, keep a stop loss of 480, a trailing stop loss of 480, and look to ride this trend for Zensar.
Okay, this one is from Srinivas. He's asking, can he buy Nippon India AMC for the longer term, Ashish?
Yeah, Nippon India AMC and UTI AMC, I'm bullish on both as such, but in my view, the valuation wise, UTI AMC looks more attractive now. So if you want to buy AMC, UTI AMC number one and Nippon number two.
Ananya wants to know about Mahindra and Mahindra. Can it be bought at this juncture? Ashish, what's the view?
Mahindra is good buy at 800, 810 levels. So any correction should be used to accumulate this stock. Fundamentally, everything is going right for them. So correction should be used to buy.
All right, and with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire as well as the query segment. Thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Ashish, for joining us on the show, resolving the viewer queries, as well as Kunal. Special thank you to you for actually sharing your insights on what should one do if they want to take trading, stock trading as a career. And yes, experience, learn from your experience. Patient perseverance is a must. Definitely is what Kunal is saying. So on that note, thank you, Kunal, as well as Ashish, for joining us on the show. And we will slip into a break. Stay tuned, more on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई आग से बचाए।